teams here.
Hey, what's going on, Champ Squad? My name is Vinsanity if you guys are new, and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. In today's vid, I'm going to be breaking down why I think Bangalore is actually a top tier legend in Apex Legends Season 7, and give a few of my biggest tips for optimizing her abilities. Obviously, as a Bangalore main, I'm definitely a bit biased, but I do think Bang is genuinely a top tier legend for both beginner and top tier players alike, and I'm going to explain why. Real quick, before we get into the vid, we just hit 500 subscribers recently, and I've decided to try to give back to you guys by hosting a subscriber 1v1 tournament, where the winner will get $25 and the runner-up will walk away with $10. I'm going to be hosting this tournament next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be streaming the tournament. I'm hoping to get 16 participants, so there's still a few slots left. If you're interested, make sure you comment below with your PSN and that you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to post the current participants up on the screen now, and there's a few slots left, so comment below if you're interested. Alright, so I'm first going to discuss why I think Bang is actually an elite legend in Apex Legends Season 7, and then review my biggest tips for making the most out of her abilities. So the first reason I think Bang is a top tier legend is because out of all the legends, I really think she has the greatest clutch potential. If you use her abilities wisely, her smoke and double time passive can allow you to effectively turn a 1v2 or 1v3 into several individual 1v1s, which is really what you want to do when you're outnumbered and you're trying to clutch up. So whenever I'm in a 1v3 situation, my mentality is always to try to isolate one player, get a quick knock, then instantly smoke, thirst, and shield swap. By the time the next player or two are likely moving in on me, I'll get spotted and I'll be able to have my double time boost, I'll be able to get behind some cover, and I'll also have a fresh armor that I just put on. So to this point, Bang's double time ability is often just seen as an escape or way out, but in reality it allows you to rapidly engage and disengage from fights, as well as quickly reposition and make it a lot harder for the opposition to track you overall. A good Bang is just extremely difficult to track, and is in my opinion probably more slippery than Wraith or any other legend because of her passive. Her double time also means that if you get spotted in a fight, you'll have a faster strafe than any other legend in the game for a few seconds, which will also give you a massive edge in gunfights. Considering that Bang also has a pretty small hitbox, I think these factors really make a strong argument that Bang's probably one of the best legends in the game for head-to-head 1v1 combat. Next up, if you combine her passive, which provides quick, unpredictable movement, with Bangalore's smoke, she becomes even more elusive and hard to follow. You can basically provide yourself and your teammates instant cloud cover, and with how dense the smokes are, you could rapidly reposition without being tracked. I think Bangalore's smoke ability is probably more useful than it's ever been on the new map, because there's just a ton of wide open areas without any cover, so being able to smoke and kind of have some instant cover has a lot of high personal and team utility. So the one thing in the past that's potentially held Bangalore back from being top tier is that her ultimate really deploys super slowly and has a really predictable shell pattern, but her recent buff reduced the deployment time by 2 seconds, which might not sound like a lot, but given just how wide a space the artillery covers, it's actually a lot harder to avoid than you might think. I've been getting a lot more hits and kills with her ultimate since this buff, and it's definitely just made it a lot more practical and powerful. I think people actually are intimidated by it. It's not just something that, they might just easily move around and avoid. It's something that actually forces the opponents to back up and consider where they're going to go to avoid getting hit. So that basically wraps up my love letter to Bangalore, and now I'm just going to go over a few of my biggest tips for maximizing her potential. So the first technique that I use a ton is that if I knock someone on a team and my armor is broken, I'll instantly smoke right over them, thirst them, and shield swap, and quickly get back into the fight. This only takes a few seconds, and it's much faster than putting on a battery, especially when you're directly in a fight, so I recommend trying it out. So the next big tip that I have is regarding when to use her ultimate. I tend to use her ultimate when I'm third partying, especially in ranked. I've noticed that especially on Olympus, if I'm third partying a fight in open space, her ultimate can deal a lot of damage and allow you to get that first knock before you full send the fight. And I also try to use her ult as a big stun grenade, which can force the other team back and allow you to take a more advantageous position. So if a team's taking a position that you want to get, probably on high ground somewhere, you can throw the ult, force them off, and then get the high ground from them if you have a zip line or Horizon's gravity lift. So it's really good for repositioning and really just forcing a team off you if they're pushing you aggressively. Another important tip that I have is, while you can't really control when your double time is activated, I usually try to kind of hug cover with Bangalore so that when it does get activated and I have my speed boost, I can rapidly reposition behind the cover or climb on it. So basically, it's just good to be near some sort of cover when your double time is active, in my opinion, so that way you can use your speed boost productively to either reposition yourself in an unpredictable way or kind of turn a corner and get around and get another angle on your opponents. I really think her double time is great for unpredictable movement in the middle of a fight, so you want to be near some sort of objects that you can kind of climb or turn the corner around when her double time gets activated. So that's going to wrap it up for today's vid. I do end up clutching up the end of this game, so stick around. I hope you guys enjoyed and that I've been able to convince you to either give Bangalore a shot if you haven't used her, or just brought some respect to her name, because I do think she's a very underrated character. She's probably one of the best legends in the game, especially for 1v1 combat. So, if you did like the video, please drop a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Horizon us, bro. One's. Is he taking this up? What's his deal? Yeah, one's up by me. 2 on me, 3 on me.
Tango down. Tango killed. Rings nearby. 1 minute till close. Reloading.
Look out for chat. Look out for chat. Yeah, but
Let's go.
nice boys. Well done, guys.
Hey, good shit getting the one guy, yeah.
You are the Apex champions.